towel is Doraemon's free door. Just say the incantation to him. The towel turns into a door. Then say where you want to go. Then unscrew the door handle. And you can go anywhere in the world. Such a magical prop comes from a big, unknown company. Paul, a recent graduate, was late for a cafe job. He accidentally came here for an interview. He couldn't answer any of the questions asked by the examiner, but that afternoon he miraculously received an offer of employment. The next day, Paul arrived at the office early in the morning. The supervisor gave him a brief introduction to the environment. He was shoved into a small office. There were no restrictions on working here. The only requirement was that he finished work at 5 o'clock. After that he had to leave immediately. Next, he and a newcomer named Sophie. He and a newcomer called Sophie were put on a few maps to find bauxite. It was a real-life version of the paper trail. The two searched for a long time. They found nothing. Paul had never seen a company like this before. There was something weird about the place. Every single employee was strange. Suddenly, in the corner, a little thing suddenly ran past. Paul could see it clearly. It was a small flying dragon. However, when he only showed it to Sophie, only a mouse ran out. Paul thought he was hallucinating, so he continued to fish and water ski. Soon it was time for lunch. The two of them ran all the way to the canteen. The manageress suddenly appeared. She called Sophie away. They had to go and deal with an emergency. Sophie stood there staring at the girl with confusion, but she soon realizes that she can read minds. As she gives the signal, half-heartedly, the boy by the pool fell into the water. The girl's attention is instantly drawn to him. It turns out that the company's business is to create accidents. Coincidence fulfills all sorts of requests from clients, and Sophie was a very rare seer. She was sure to rise to the top in the future. In just half a day's time, Sophie was on her way to the top. Paul had to find the bauxite himself. Only when his hand slid over a spot on the map, suddenly he felt a strange pulse. That's when the boss came in, placing his hand on the map. As he watched Paul's mind take over, he found the bauxite mine in one fell swoop. Paul was about to sit down and mark the spot, but the boss dragged him out of the house. He saw Paul's talent. He wanted to set him on a mission to find a lost door, and that door was the legendary free gate. Now he's in hiding. He could be anywhere in the building, and Paul's right hand has the ability to sense hidden objects. Seeing how much his boss valued him, the only words that came to Paul's mind were finish the job. Immediately, he began to check every door in the company, and this sneaky behavior soon attracted the attention of one of the executives. Paul searched all day, but he found nothing. He had to go home and sleep, but as soon as he closed his eyes, a senior executive from the company was suddenly standing by his bedside. "You see?" The executive asks Paul what his boss has assigned him to do. Seeing that the young man wasn't telling the truth, he began to work his magic.